What's up, Guardians? Chubbs Gaming here, bringing you another Destiny gameplay video. So the gameplay means nothing in this video. It's all about the audio. I think I did okay as far as the gameplay. I think I went like 30 and 10, had two different relentless medals, so it was a pretty good match. But now, if you've been following my channel for a while, you notice that every once in a while I'll put out a video regarding some of my better or worse online dating stories and how I can kind of turn them into something funny. That's what this one's about. This one's about the somewhat submissive, 50 Shades chick. It was kind of a little bit, it was definitely different. All right, so let's get right into it. I'd been talking to this gal for a couple days. Everything seemed normal, seemed pretty cool. We were getting along fine. And like I don't know like how much online dating you guys have done. I've been doing it off and on for the last couple of years. Invariably, the subject of the bedroom always comes up at some point. So when it does, she said something about liking whips, not chains. Those are too heavy. Okay, I can. All right. That's something new for me. I mean, I'm aware of people that are into the submissive bottom, power top, power bottom, that whole whatever. I'm aware of it, but I've never really been exposed to it. I was just like, all right, well, okay. And so she keeps talking, more and more, saying that it's a part of who she is, and she needs this, like she needs this all the time. And okay. And she likes being spanked with riding crops, with canes, whatever. Doesn't matter. But it's something that has to happen now. At least, like to her credit, she was very upfront about this. This is something she was not willing to. I mean, like this is who she is. That's exactly what she told me. This is who I am. People see, the mom, or they see, whatever she does for a job, but that's not really her. This is really her. And I'm like, okay, well, that's all right. At least, you're being upfront about it. I guess. I mean, as a guy, it sounds fun, like from the outside, it sounds fun to try at least once. But this gal was looking for like a long-term relationship, possibly. Now she does have some like friends with benefits on the side, which I was just like, okay. I mean, but she was looking for something, hopefully long term out of this. And I'm like, I don't know if I can necessarily respect somebody that. Now she wanted to be called a whore. She wanted to be called a slut in the bedroom, and she wanted to be pretty much, treated like crap. I mean, I could have done anything I wanted to with this chick, as far as just like making her crawl around on all fours, or whatever. This is what she was into, and I'm like, I don't know if I can, I don't know if I can treat somebody like that, especially like all the time. I mean, you want to try it like once, maybe. But for the most part, it seems like, like the more I thought about it, and that was probably my problem, because we were actually supposed to go out like just a few days ago on Saturday, and that just gave me a little bit too much time to think about it, to where I actually said, thanks but no thanks. Sometime before the date, I said, thanks but no thanks. I appreciate it. And one of the main reasons I said no was, what if I start to like this kind of stuff? And maybe what if, normal stuff just doesn't do it for me anymore? Then I'm really fucked because, at that point, if that happens to where normal stuff just isn't enough, then like the pool I can pick from in the future just got a lot fucking smaller. Or what if I'm not able to compartmentalize this stuff, because this is supposed to all occur in the bedroom, and what if, like I let some of the, I don't know, like some of the bedroom stuff leak out into normal life. Well, I can't have that either. I mean, these are serious questions I was asking myself. But on the, on the other hand, I found this gal on a quote unquote normal site on OkCupid, which I've said before, there are kind of weird people on there. I'm thinking I'm almost done with that site anyway, because like it wasn't pourwaxonmynipples.com or anything like that. It was just OkCupid. And the more I talked with her, the kind of more just kind of weirded out I got. She takes the submissive persona very seriously, to where, like, while she's working, she will have plugs in, she will have nipple clamps on, while she's working, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ. I mean, that's a little bit, that seems a little too drastic, maybe. That might be a little bit too much. But that's her. That's what she's into. So, and as I talk about this, I'm not faulting anybody if they're into that kind of lifestyle. That's cool. That's just not for me. Like when I think about like using a riding crop on someone or something like that, like one of my friends actually put it best where they said that they couldn't see me using a whip or riding crop or whatever on somebody without laughing like a 12-year-old, because and they're right as far as I go, because it just sounds ridiculous to me. I'm sitting there, I'm ready to go, like I'm looking below the belt, I've got, I'm ready to go, but yet, we need to use this whip, this riding crop instead. Come on now. Like I said, not faulting anybody that's into that lifestyle. It's just not for me. It just, it's fun for 5 minutes, I think. But, she was needing this like every single time. And that's just not, no, that's not something I can do. So I just had to tell her thanks, but no thanks. Now, there was one other thing, though, that it had nothing to do with my decision, but it's worth mentioning anyway because I thought it was kind of funny. She loves using the word cunt in a sexual way, and I fucking hate that word. I've used it like maybe a handful of times, and only when I'm like really fucking pissed, But she'd use it all the time, and like I texted her one night. I hadn't talked to her much that day. I texted her one night. I said, "Hey, what you doing?" She says, "I'm just laying here in my nightie, plucking some cunt hairs." Uh, okay. So now. Now, over the last couple days, because I'm not going to let a one-liner like that go to waste. Like, so anytime over the last couple days, my friends have asked me, "Hey, Chuz, what you doing?" I just tell them, "I'm just plucking some cunt hair, nothing much." But so anyway, that's not for me. I'm okay with being a little bit rough in the bedroom, but nothing to the riding crop, plug, cane, nipple clamp variety. And that's just that's not for me. That's probably the only time in my life that I'm going to have a chance at something like that, and the fact that I let it pass me by is okay with me. Like I said, and it's nothing other than the fact that one, I'm in big trouble if it's something I actually got into. Two, I don't think I ever would, just because it just like it sounds ridiculous, to me personally. I mean, why sit there and use that when there are so many other. I mean, like I'm ready to go, and yet we need to use this or this or this first. I'm like, well, I mean, come on. Now, to give you an idea of what we're talking about before we close out on this, she sent me a pic that was obviously taken by somebody else, where she was naked on all fours on the bed, and she had a plug in, and her ass was all red and marked up from a cane. This is what she said, from a cane, and I'm just like that just doesn't do anything for me. It's not something I think I could ever get into. So maybe she just needs to find like an equestrian, some kind of a horse jockey, and maybe she'd be happy then. I don't know, but that's definitely that's not something I could do all the time. But anyway, thanks for stopping by, guys, and remember, always lead with a grenade.